143 passengers have died during the crash, and 4 people were found with deadly injuries. The crash is currently still under investigation as the FAA try to figure out what caused this plane to crash. Airspace around the Alaskan region has been closed off due to this incident, causing major delays around surrounding airports.
American 173 Anchorage Center. Good afternoon. Radar contact 60 miles north of Fairbanks, flight level 350. Say current Mach and request.
Good afternoon, Center. American 173. We're maintaining flight level 350, Mach decimal 84, no requests at this time.
Roger that, American 173. Be advised, traffic at your 2 o'clock, 40 miles eastbound, a FedEx MD-11 at FL 340. No factor, but let us know if you get any ride reports.
Copy that traffic. We'll keep an eye out. Rides are smooth so far. No turbulence to report.
Good to hear. Next waypoint is OTZ at 80 miles. Confirm you have FOMOD transition loaded and current METAR for Shanghai.
Affirm. We've got FOMOD loaded and latest METAR for ZSPD received via ACARS. Planning ILS 34L on arrival.
Excellent. Expect handoff to Magadan Center in about 15 minutes. I'll have that frequency shortly. For now, maintain FL 350 and proceed direct to TZ.
What the hell?
What was that?
What the fuck? Go check on what's happening.
Okay.
It's not human, not animal, but something in between. It appears to feed on synthetic materials, metals, and potentially organic life. The red insignia on the plane, containment marker, was manually applied in flight maybe by one of the passengers. It is still unknown as to how that symbol appeared. Not only was there one symbol, but there were plenty more. We found the black box recorder only 2 miles away from the crash site, placed above the same sign that was founded. We might think this crash was done on purpose, but the FAA is still investigating the aircraft and the biohazard flesh. What are we dealing with? Preliminary scans show that bioflesh is resistant to most antibiotics and antifungals, growing faster in synthetic environments, especially aircraft-grade composites, absorbing electrical energy and high levels of radiation. We believe it originated from inside the cargo bay, possibly from an unregistered biological sample or an alien spore that survived re-entry. Yes, we're not ruling that out. We're initiating scorch glass, evacuation of a 3-mile radius, deployment of drone-mounted incendiary devices, Napalm-based gel will be injected directly into the biomass. Ignition at first light. Flame purification will last for 6 hours. Temperatures exceeding 1600 degrees in Fahrenheit should ensure full cellular breakdown. Post-burn, we'll douse the area with alkaline inhibitors and UV-bathed antifungal spores. We do this not just to cleanse the site, but to make sure nothing walks away from here, because preliminary sensors suggest that bio has begun neuromuscular twitch responses.
Nuevo UV Defender Aqua Fusion de L'Oréal Paris. Un Aqua Gel FPS 50 más.
I'm recording this video in case anything happens to me. My dad doesn't get back home in 2 days. I'm getting worried. He said he was checking out the crash site not even a couple miles away from here. He's such an idiot, and I told him not to go. Hello? Dad? The crash site is no longer a localized contamination zone. It has become the epicenter of an accelerating bioterraforming phenomenon. Attempts to burn, neutralize, or contain the flesh have utterly failed. Instead, the biomass is now spawning a growing legion of mutated entities with distinct, evolving roles. These creatures, twisted, towering, spined abominations, they weren't born from the crash. They were reborn by it. The flesh is not just mutating the environment, it's converting the bodies of the crash victims into something prehistoric, something that shouldn't exist. The radiation isn't random. It's like a command signal. Instructions. It's rebuilding them from bone and blood and memory. And it's not stopping. Every time the biomass pulses, more of them crawl out. This is Dr. Halvorsen. I don't know how much time I have left. The biomass is changing again. We thought it was just growing, spreading, mutating. We were wrong. It's constructing. It's using the remains of the aircraft, its fuselage sections, wings, landing gear, fusing them with flesh and bone. Like bones in a skeleton, a frame for something bigger. I believe it's assembling a colossal organism. A walking siege engine, a hybrid of metal and mutated tissue, large enough to level entire cities. It's not just a mutation anymore. It's a goddamn flesh mech. It's using what we built against us. It's wrapping itself in technology. Learning structure, reinforcement, mobility. I've seen the spines harden into armor plating. Jet engines coated in bio...
power of the flesh of our God, awakening true dominion over the earth. Prepare yourselves, for the apocalypse is upon us, and we shall rise as the chosen to conquer all. Unite in our purpose, for glory awaits.
Lady?
The dorsal spikes covering the mutated trees and creatures are not just biological armor. They serve a far more insidious purpose. These structures act as organic emitters, constantly releasing concentrated waves of mutagenic radiation into the surrounding environment. Over the past several days, these emissions have steadily increased, displacing the natural oxygen in the air and replacing it with a toxic, irradiated atmosphere. Unprotected intruder. Breathing without specialized filtration is no longer possible. The air is thick with microscopic radiation-charged particles that rewrite living tissue on contact. In essence, the dorsal spikes are terraforming the biosphere, turning it into an environment where only the mutated can survive. A new ecosystem governed not by natural evolution, but by the will of the creature that caused the crash. The radiation emitted by the dorsal spikes doesn't just affect the air or environment. It penetrates living organisms from the inside. Once exposed, the radiation begins to interact directly with the organism's flesh and internal tissue, altering its structure at the cellular level. Over time, the body begins to change in unnatural ways. Muscles tear and regenerate in new, twisted configurations, and bones start to deform and grow outward. One of the most terrifying effects is the formation of dorsal spikes, large, bone, and radiation-borne horror.
In a shocking discovery this morning, bystanders exploring the outskirts of a restricted forest zone in Alaska have reported sighting